Big 12 Football Media Days with Artie Timken. I'm James Westling. Super excited to welcome in BYU head football coach Kalani Sitake. Coach, good morning. First of all, you're our first on the docket today.
Let's go, man. I'm ready to go. This is going to be fun.
Well, after the year you guys had last year, things are a little bit different now. All of a sudden, you kind of have a target on your back. So take us through just your process this offseason and getting your guys ready for, in some ways, going from being the hunter to the hunted.
Well, I think the key for us is always to not be based on the results. I think regardless of how it ends up and what happens in the games or the season, we've got to still function, and our mindset is to stay humble and stay hungry. So that's what I've encouraged our players to do. I've been really pleased with what they've done since our bowl game, and I'm excited now that this is here. That means the season's right around the corner, and I'm excited for the opportunities.
You know, so many positives last year, especially on defense. I mean, one of the best defenses and most opportunistic and disruptive defenses in college football. For me, it's so interesting you had such a great defensive year, considering the year started with Jay Hill, your defensive coordinator, having a heart attack.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that experience like? And again, now knowing what we know now, like you had one of the best defenses in the conference.
Well, I mean, first of all, Jay's a really good friend of mine, so I've known him for all of my coaching career, and we played against each other, so I knew him way back when we were players. So I care about him, and I care about his his livelihood. So when that happens, it kind of puts things in perspective for you, and I think sometimes we can take things for granted a lot, especially our life, and so being able to work on the on that and keeping him healthy, but relying on the rest of the staff was really, it was actually a moment that I think was really helpful for the entire program and entire defense, where everybody had to pull their own weight and make up the difference. And I think sometimes coordinators take a lot on themselves, and especially a guy like Jay Hill, who's been a head coach before, and so having everybody rally around that, I thought that was a really cool moment for our staff. We've been able to, I mean, we grew really close to each other since then, and then I've been able to retain them all, everybody on the staff, including that amazing defensive staff. So I'm excited that Jay Hill's the leader of our defense, and really looking towards. I mean, you could talk to Jay, even though we felt like we had a really good year defensively. Jay will tell you, he'll be the first to tell you, there's a lot of room for improvement. So we're looking forward to getting that done.
BYU head coach Kalani Sitake with us here at Big 12 Football Media Days. We will let you get your practice reps in with us for what is a question that you will get many, many times throughout the course of the day, your quarterback situation. When did you start preparing for potentially not having Jake Retzloff this season? And tell us about the guys that will compete for that job.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the goal as a head coach, is to make sure that your team is as deep as possible. And that's from every position group, but especially the quarterback position. I think everybody says that's the most important one on the team, and we feel really excited about the guys that are there. I mean, with McKay Hillstead and Jason Bourget and incoming freshman with Bear Bachmeyer. So we feel like Emerson Guileman is also a freshman that's coming. So there's a lot of talent there, and fortunately for us, guys like McKay and Trayson have been starters before in Division I level. So McKay started some games for Utah State when he was there, and Trayson started for Western Michigan. So I think that'll help out, but it's a competition. I mean, last year this time we were in a competition with Jake and Gary, and so now the competition continues, and that's part of the landscape of football.
What are you looking for in a competition? What are the things that you're trying to figure out as you have that competition at fall camp so close to the start of the season?
Well, I only have one goal, and I play the best, and so it really doesn't matter. And I just mentioned experience and all that, but I think that's an easy standard to follow. That if you play the best, everybody can agree on it, and then you can move forward. But so it's going to be on all those guys to perform. Whoever can manage the offense and put us in a position where we can score points and have some success, and that's going to be the key. I think all of them can do it. We're going to have to I want them to make it really hard on us as coaches to make the decision. That means everybody's doing their best, and if I can get them to perform at their best, usually competition will do that for these young men, and they'll do it for our program.
Well, best is relative, though, and without real live bullets to judge, I mean, what are the things, we could sit there and watch a guy throw, but what are you looking at? What are the things you're looking for?
The other thing is we've been through this before. We've had many quarterback competitions, so this isn't anything new to me as a head coach. This is my 10th year as the head coach, and so we're the same coaching staff on offense that chose Zach Wilson to be our starter for us, and so I feel really confident in what we're able to do. I mean, nobody here was talking about Jake Ritzloff last year,
right.
So we'll be fine. I feel good about those guys. So relative or not, the best play, I think everybody can figure that out, and I don't have all the time to tell you the details that go in the variables that go into it, but we know what we're doing.
So in terms of the three guys that are competing for that job, what stands out about each of the three in terms of their skill set? Does one have the strongest arm? Is one more of a dual threat? How would you kind of categorize the three guys?
They all have strong arms. I mean, you can't play quarterback in our system if you can't sling the ball. So the major and the most important part is you got to be able to throw the ball. They can all do it. All the guys in our program can throw the ball, and we even have a bunch of receivers and running backs that tell us they can throw too. Even a couple linemen that say they can throw. So everybody feels like they can throw the ball. So it's not going to be a shortage of guys that feel like they can throw the ball. It's just it's learning the offense and being in the system and being, I think you said it before. It's hard to simulate the live action. So we have to do that in practices, and we have to do that in competition as much as we can without hurting them, because obviously you can't get the quarterbacks too live, but we did that in spring. I mean, we went live in spring with the quarterback. So I've been known to do that, and we may do that in the fall.
Who is now your biggest leader on the offensive side of your football team? Who's the guy, the locker room guy, the guy that's kind of rallying the troops?
Well, I think there's no shortage of leaders on our team, which I'm really fortunate being able to coach those young men. A lot of them have been on missions. They've been on their own, when the prime time of their life, 18, 19 years old, they're living overseas in a rundown apartment and doing service for the Lord. So, the leadership, these guys I have a bunch of them here, but the guys that are here with me today, LJ Martin, who's from El Paso and a really great running back, and we're looking forward to this year for him. And then Chase Roberts is one of our best leaders, and this is his second time here, so that probably speaks to the level of leadership that he has and the trust that he has in our program and from our coaches. So I think Chase would be the one that's going to help lead the way. It's his team, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be excited to see who's going to be able to throw him the ball, in the season. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of different drama going on in our program, but good stuff that I think is going to bring the best out of us.
I mean, is that one of those things where let's see how this team handles adversity?
Yeah, I mean, I think you learn the most, and you can find out who you really are. You find your identity when you go through some hardships. You can rally around things, and so we'll find out a lot about them. And even though we aren't able to simulate a lot of the live reps that you'll see in the game, I think you could see the level of comfortability. How many of those guys are able to just handle the offense and handle their role? It's going for a lot of them. They're going to have to step out of their comfort area, and when that happens, you can finally see if they're able to do it. And so it's a sink or swim thing, and I think these guys have shown that they can swim. So let's give them a chance to do it.
BYU head football coach Kalani Sitake joins us here on Big 12 Today on Big 12 Radio. LJ Martin was dinged up a little bit last year. Is he healthy? Is he good to go? And what's his mindset and his goals coming into this year?
Yeah, the way he runs, I mean, there you see him right now. He's a big body. The way he runs, it's a punishing way, and it puts him at risk with his health. And so I don't think you change the way he plays. I think you prep him and you prepare his body for things that he's going to encounter. And so, but, we kind of thrust him on the scene as a true freshman. Yeah. So, I think we expect him to be banged up a little bit, but I think the key will be having the proper depth behind him. We feel good about the running backs that are behind him and their opportunities that they're going to get. And so I know the thing I do like about LJ a lot is that he knows he can't do it by himself, and so he's okay handling it by committee. But I wanted to be able to just rely on him, especially in the second half when it's time to grind it out and win the games. That's where you want him to be at his best. I think the best running backs get most of the yards in the second half.
Kalani, one of the things that's so interesting to me is, teams that did not have as much success at 23 that had a lot of success at 24, like you. Arizona State's another one. How do you handle that in terms of, you go from being a team that was underrated to now being more of the hunted in a sense?
Well, I think we're still underrated. We got a lot of things to prove, and so I asked these guys not to worry about what people are saying about them last year, and so what's the change in this message? Is the same. So whether they like you or don't, who cares? I mean, you got to go to work, So it's not like the motivation for us isn't to prove anybody wrong; it's to prove ourselves right. And you can control what you control, and that's the effort and the attitude and the energy going into it. So what I've seen from the guys in the off season, I'm really excited about. Are we there yet? Of course not. We got so much work to go, man. There's a lot of things that we got to accomplish along the way. I like the praise that everybody's giving us, but we didn't play our best last year still. And my job, I'm frustrated because that's my job as the head coach. I got to get these guys playing like we did in the bowl game and doing that at the beginning. And so I felt like we were seeing bits of it as we went through the season. I need to get our program and our team in a consistent level so we can play at our best every time. And then if we do that, I'll feel really good about the results, And but that's my worry, is getting the guys ready and making sure they're ready to get there.
Year 3 in the Big 12, full share members as of about a week ago. I think it's clear that BYU's been really good for the Big 12, and the Big 12 has been really good for BYU. Can you talk about just the uptick that you've seen and the new levels that you've been able to take your program in a variety of ways since joining this conference?
Well, when the announcement that came that we were going to be joining the Big 12, that was the change. Nothing against what we did as independent, but we went to independent for a reason, and that's to be in a position to join a conference at any opportunity we had, and that's the leadership that we had from our administration, specifically Tom Homo. And so as we went through that, you can see there's a change. I really don't think about the full, or what do you say, full or part-time?
Full share, yeah.
Yeah, that's not my. Once we got announced, I was thinking full share the whole time.
Yeah.
So I that's what we asked of the administration and the leadership in our university. They understand it, and so I appreciate all the new resources, things that we've been able to get. But that's basically because of the partnership that we have in the Big 12, and I've been really impressed with everything the Big 12 is. I mean, this is my third time here doing this media days, and I'm loving it. I mean, this is like I think that seeing the leadership from our commissioner and the entire staff, the Big 12 is amazing, and so I really like being around the coaches and the players from the partners that we have in this conference, and really looking forward to what we can do this year as a conference, but not just BYU, but all together as a Big 12.
Yeah, and look, I mean, you have a great mix of newcomers and guys who have been here, but two of the newcomers up front on the defensive side, Kirkland from Oklahoma State and Tanavasa from Utah. I mean, those are some big-time interior defensive linemen. I mean, for me, when I look at your roster this year, those are the two in that defensive line that stand out to me more than anything.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal, is to get as deep and as good as you can be, and I'm glad that those guys. I mean, we knew them from before, and so seeing them, I like to get the recruiting right from the beginning, But the transfer portal has given us an opportunity where guys are going to be attracted to our program, how we run this team, and the culture that we have in our program. So it helps that they're big monsters and they can eat up some blocks and keep our really talented safeties and linebackers free to make stops. And so I can't complain about that. I am excited about that. Keanu's here with us, and Keanu Tanavasa's here today, and so is two of our linebackers with Isaiah Glasker and Jack Kelly. So from what we saw in spring, I'm really, really excited about the possibilities and the improvement that we can see from our defense, who you guys mentioned that I think they performed pretty well in 2024.
All right, Kalani, before we let you go, what's something that fans would be surprised to learn about you?
About me?
About you.
He can dance?
No,
We already knew that.
I can't dance. It's just effort, guys. That dancing is just it's an extreme test to see if you're going to be vulnerable enough to be made fun of.
Yeah,
so,
totally.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, you look at like Seinfeld and you see Elaine and her crazy dance, and so even bad dancing gets attention. So it's like there's no bad publicity, just if you're willing to give effort. So I would encourage everybody to dance out there. I'm not good at it. I just I don't mind people making fun of me. As long as someone's smiling, either they like my dancing or they think I'm crazy. It doesn't really matter. I can distract from the fact that they don't have to look at my face and judge me on my clothes and things like that.
Well, there we go. We learned where the inspiration came from. Elaine from Seinfeld.
Distraction.
True lineman right there. That's a true
Yeah, if
lineman
she can
answer.
dance like that, I'm going to be just fine.
Amazing stuff. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Have fun today.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Kalani Sitake, head coach at BYU, here at Big 12 Football Media Days from the Star in Frisco. This is Big 12 Radio exclusively on TuneIn.